Rahubat Haru, this is Ro again, and we're on the next section for Is Astrology Evil for this extensive breakdown. So let's start breaking it down. Break it down now. But before we break down, let us start in prayer. Abba Father, Elian El, in your Son's name, Yeshua, who we know as Jesus the Christ, thank you for everything. I'm so grateful and gracious that you will give me this ability and this desire to even go through this study. Please allow your will to come through and not mine. Your will come through to allow the people to see what you need them to see and to hear what you need them to hear. Not what I want them to see or I want them to hear. Let it be for the betterment of the community, the betterment of people, and the betterment of, ultimately, everyone. In your Son's name, Yeshua, who we know as Jesus the Christ, I pray. Amen, Amin, and Ashe. All right, let's get started. Let's break it down. Break it down now. Why do I believe in astrology? Why would someone ever believe in astrology? I don't. I don't believe in astrology. I know astrology. Saying you don't believe in astrology is like saying you don't believe in Spanish. That doesn't make sense. You even know the language or you don't. And it's okay to not know the language. But please don't call others evil. You know what I'm saying? For not knowing. That's not cool. That's ignorant behavior. No? But we'll fix that today. I guarantee you that. We're going to fix that today. So what do you know it to be? Astrology is a science. Astrology is math. Astrology is pattern recognition. Astrology is a language. Here is the proof. Okay, this is going to be long. Ready? Look at that. Bang! Wait, hold on. I got to do that again. Bang! This is going to be long. All right, so we're going to break this down into parts. I'm probably going to do the first four, then the next couple. I don't know how I'm going to break it down, but I'm going to tell you, this is not short. All right, so part one, how do I know it to be? So, the earth goes around the sun, correct? Most of you would say yes. You know, even if you think the sun goes around the earth or the earth is flat or cubed or whatever, it really does not matter. The point is that the relationship between the sun and the earth creates something called the celestial sphere. This sphere is what creates something called the celestial equator. The celestial equator is directly in line with the Earth's equator and expands to infinity. It serves as a 0-degree reference line for the equatorial coordinate system. If you incline from the celestial equator by 23.5, 23.44, 23.4-ish, right, degrees, you get something called the ecliptic. The ecliptic is the apparent path the sun takes around the earth. Now remember, it doesn't matter the real actual revolution context here because the relationship between the sun and the earth, sorry, not moon. Hold on, let me fix that. Terrible. Earth. Whoops. Earth creates this mathematical principle, right? The sun and the earth, the relationship between the two is what creates this principle. Not whether the earth is flat or round or cubed or we're in a firmament or whatever the hell else. That's not the point. None of that matters. It's about the relationship between the sun and the earth. Part two. When you break down the 360 degrees of the ecliptic into 4 segments of 90 degrees each, right? 360, right? Divide into 4, you get 90 degrees each for each segment, okay? That's what we call the seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. This is where the equinoxes and the solstices come into play. The crossing point of the ecliptic and the celestial equator is the equinoxes. The solstices are the lowest and highest point on the ecliptic path the sun reaches. Okay? When you take this same circle and break it down into 12 different segments, you get the beginning of a season, the middle of a season, and the ending of a season. Okay? I'm going to break that down again. 360 degrees, divided into 4 segments, 9 degrees each, that's the seasons, right? You take that same circle that's based on the seasons, you break it into 12 different segments, you get the beginning of one season, the ending of the middle of one season, and the ending of a season for all 4 seasons, right? So that's 12 different segments. It does not matter what we call the beginning, middle, or end of a season. You can call it X, you can call it Y, you can call it big booty, Judy, fresh and fruity, got the tootie, woody, booty. It doesn't fucking matter. Excuse me. It does. Forgive me. You sure forgive me for cursing. It literally does not matter. Like it literally has no bearing on anything. What you call it, what you call that segment of the sky, does not matter. Right? Does not matter. In astrology, this is what we call the beginning, middle, and end of spring, summer, fall, and winter seasons. Spring season, the beginning of spring, is called Aries season, which is the spring equinox. Okay? The middle of spring is Taurus season, and this spring is Gemini season. Then you go into summer. From summer, you get the beginning of summer, which is Cancer season, which is the summer solstice. You get the middle of summer, which is Leo season. Ending of summer, which is Virgo season. Then you get the fall season. The beginning of fall is Libra season, which is the fall equinox. Then you get the middle of fall, which is Scorpio season. Ending of fall, Sagittarius season. Then you get the winter season. The beginning of winter is Capricorn season, which is the winter solstice. You know, like the movie, the winter solstice. The middle of winter is Aquarius season. Ending of winter is Pisces season. Now, these seasons occur every single year at the exact same time, every damn year. Okay, it's the same exact thing every single time. It does not change. And it will never change unless some extreme cataclysmic solar system something happens, and at that point, man, I will pray for everything in the solar system at that point, because it's going to mess up some crazy ish. It's really going to mess some stuff up if this goes haywire, right? If our spring, summer, fall, and winter seasons get knocked off course somehow, man, we in trouble, bro. Hey, we in crazy trouble, okay? So remember, these signs, the Aries, Taurus, Gemini, the zodiac signs are based on the seasons. Okay, that's very, very critical. Part 4. Since the zodiac is derived from the invisible mathematical calculation of the 360 degrees of the ecliptic and does not change or shift positions, the sections of the ecliptic, which is the zodiac, does not change. Okay, the signs don't change. All astrology is saying is that this particular planet or comet or asteroid or mathematical point or whatever is in this particular segment of the sky. And this other planet or comet or asteroid or mathematical point or whatever it is in this other segment of the sky. One thing is over there, the other thing is over there, right? These two celestial masses or points creates an angle in between each other that ranges from 0 degrees and 0 arc minutes to 359 degrees and 59 arc minutes. Okay? So this thing over here and that thing over there are making some sort of angle in between each other, and it's somewhere between 0 and 359 to make it easy, right? That's what that is, okay? That is astrology. If anybody tells you anything else about what astrology is, they are either lying or they don't know what they're talking about. Astrology is math. Astrology is science. Astrology is pattern recognition, which we will definitely going to be going over Trust me, I have a whole section, multiple sections. Okay, now, this is specifically topical astrology because there's many different types, and we're going to go over that. It is the calculation of the angles in between the celestial masses based upon their positioning on the ecliptic, which is called the zodiac. Part 5. Now this is different. Horoscopes is something different, right? It's like astrology's artistically vocal cousin. Okay? Horoscopes is the artistic interpretation of what the calculations mean through pattern recognition and other scientific disciplines. This pattern recognition is what people say when they see Leo, and then label all Leos narcissistic, which is not actually true, but that is very common for people to say, right? It's very common for people to say Virgos are so geeky or math math and logic based, or Cancers are emotional. Or why do you think we say these things? Because we can feel and we can see that it's happening, right? People can already see these patterns in our daily lives. We just don't know the science behind it or how to study it properly. Okay? Now, I think I'm going to have to... Oh, yeah. All right. So, that's going to be the end of this video. Come back for part 6, because part 6 is going to... Yeah. The rest of this? Yeah, this is hard. And we still got a whole lot more. A whole lot more. It's going to be dope. So, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to end in a prayer. Abba, Father, Elionel, and in your son's name, Yeshua, who we know as Jesus the Christ, I just want to thank you for allowing me to be able to do your will and not my will. And I'm just grateful that I have this opportunity to be able to do this, to be able to compile this, to be able to compile something that I would have liked to have had. And I pray that this hopefully helps somebody else, who would need this, right, or want this. I hope that they see it. I hope that this gets out, and I'm just grateful for even being able to do this. Man, I'm so grateful. In your son's name, Yeshua, who we know as Jesus the Christ's name, I pray. Amen, Amen, and Ashe. Tune in next time for the next video. If you want to send a donation, it's down there at the bottom, somewhere on the screen, somewhere. I'm going to put it on there somewhere. And man, I just want to thank y'all, man. Until next time.